What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Papa Freddo,
Yo, what up, y'all? Look, as always, it's Marcel, aka Prince Marcel.
and
And
this
this
is
is
Midwest
Midwest
Point
Point
of
of
View.
View. Man, bro.
Yeah, this is a heavy topic, that we bring out here today, but I definitely think it's something that we need to create awareness on,
Yeah,
you know.
because it happens uh, a lot. Things happen um, in America, but in the Midwest for sure. You know
For
what I'm saying?
sure,
Like these
for
things
sure.
happen.
But before we get into really too in depth into that portion of it, I do want to talk about somebody that is doing something that's like really great right now.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, his invention is set to almost change the world.
Mm-hmm.
And past
Change
that,
Henry Ford
man,
Company.
listen,
Shout out to
past that,
Detroit.
he black.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So what's more beautiful than that right there? You know what I'm saying? We got somebody representing for us.
Right.
You feel me? So today we're talking about Julian Brown, a 21-year-old American inventor. He's also a social media influencer. He was the subject of the widespread concern in July 2025 after he disappeared from public viewing following a series of social media posts where he claimed he was under attack and felt in danger. Brown is best known of inventing Plastilene.
Mm-hmm.
So
Plastilene is plastic gasoline, y'all.
yeah, for those of you that don't know,
Plastic gasoline.
that's what Plastilene is. Um, so Brown is a great man.
Mm-hmm.
He did this invention all on his own.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I don't really know too many people that's coming out of simple pipes and what else he using? Just all type of different metal that's around the house. It looked like. Did you see a picture of the machine by any chance?
Yeah,
Yeah, the machine
it
definitely
give
looks
me
like it was homemade.
it for sure give me he crafted it in his garage
Yeah, you know
on
what I'm
some
saying?
Tarzan and Dexter's laboratory type of time for sure. Um it really is insightful. Um but I don't think people number one, he I want to say he killed two birds with one stone, but he actually did three things. Number one, he disproved and unattached any type of stereotype that there would ever was when it came to the amount of intelligence black people have. And he single-handedly pretty much came up with an idea that number one, you can clear up the ocean from two things that affect wildlife. Plastic that goes into the ocean. And because plastic can be used as a fuel source, it's been proven you no longer need oil, which contaminates the ocean, which
Yeah,
contaminates food.
pollutes the air.
Like
Yeah,
go green happens like that.
it's probably better than what do they call it? The electric energy.
EV, hey man,
Yeah,
don't get
you
hey.
know what I'm
We
saying.
not saying that it's better. We just saying, shout out to people who rock the EV. We saying it was surely innovative. You hear me? Uh, had Ford Motor Company probably thinking twice, like, hold on, bro. I just spent how much money on these machines making EVs? Sir, pipe down with a pipe.
This man crazy.
Yeah.
This man is crazy. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I think this is gonna be the next wave. Once he gets this creation out there to
Yeah.
the public, to
Yeah.
where we can all get the use for it.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely believe it's gonna be something that's gonna take off.
Yeah.
It's
But he
gonna
was concerned.
it's gonna become mainstream.
Yeah.
Um,
He was concerned.
yeah, it looks like there was a GoFundMe campaign.
It was a GoFundMe?
Yeah.
Oh. All right. Um the GoFundMe was because of what? What happened?
Mm, So the GoFundMe was to raise funds to scale his invention.
Oh, okay. That's what the
So I do
GoFundMe was
want to
for.
say that I think that that is unique because it shows determination on seeing through. You know, and when I say seeing through, I mean seeing through the goal.
Mm-hmm.
He has a goal. He knows what he wants to create. He's making sure that he gets there. Not
Right.
a lot of people think about how else can I get those funds to get my job done, and they just maybe stop what they're doing, give up on their inventions, things of that sort because they can't fund it.
Mm-hmm.
But he didn't do so.
Right.
He took another route,
Yeah.
and I think that that's great. You know what I'm saying? Not a lot of people, like I said,
Mm-hmm.
actually take it all the way there. So yeah, that's dope. Um, was there anything else you may want to say about our friend Julian Brown here? I did
Um.
mention that he also did have that post, you know, to where he did come up missing, or
Right.
allegedly.
Right. Right. And that's wild. That is wild. That not only that could be a thing, but he was concerned about it from the get go. He was telling people, "Hey, some people ain't gonna like how I'm moving. XYZ may or may not happen. You know, pray for me.
So you think he was
Pray for me."
concerned based on posts that he was making on social media, or why do you think he was actually concerned possibly for his life?
Uh, yes and yes. How do I say this? People who have control of a market, control of a substance, do not like when you come and play in their backyard and shake up everything that they got moving and grooving.
We've
That's
seen
a
it
that's a
time
real,
after time.
you know what I'm saying? That's a real issue.
Yeah.
And the good of the people, good of America, good of the world is a great thing to shoot for. Not everybody on that type of time.
Yeah.
So, when it come to that, he showed was concerned. Luckily, he ain't missing, or he wasn't missing. Right?
Yeah. I'm
He's
happy
been
for that for
found.
sure.
You know what I'm saying? But I do think, even in that context, we do need to talk about, or at least acknowledge that people do go missing. People do go missing, but especially our women
And our children.
and our kids, especially Black women,
Man.
go missing, and we need to understand like how vital that is, especially as Black men. Like that's something it like yeah, you need to pay
Yeah.
attention to that.
It's been a few major moments throughout I could say my lifetime,
Okay.
where I can remember articles or things hitting the internet or even just the news about certain abductions or people coming up missing.
Yeah, you know
Like
what?
the lady that came up missing in the hotel. And
Yeah. That just reminded me, uh, and I'll be a little vulnerable with y'all. Just there was uh, a supposed uh essay assailant, right? That was supposed to be roaming around the neighborhood. Out in the Midwest. For those who don't know, I'm from Chicago, but like just and my mom or our mom, because she had to get up and go to work, and we was getting Amber Alert. And that was a really scary time for me. Just to reflect on like why, you know, when people go missing, but when our women go missing, we as the men of our community need to pay attention to that, because I call my mom like every day. Hey mom, you made it to work. Hey mom, you made it. I'm talking about relentless until they gave us some form of all clear in the neighborhood. Because my mom would sometimes have to walk home late. Like it. I ain't gonna lie, it was a pretty scary time.
and
Man.
that's terrifying for a young boy, you know what I'm saying? Thinking about what your mama could be going through. And I'm pretty sure it was hectic with you growing up as the man as a sense of the man of the household with no dad being there during that duration of the time, right?
Yeah, yeah,
It put a lot of weight on a young man's shoulders.
yeah, yeah. Um, it was it was a lot for a moment. It
I
was a
mean,
lot.
don't get me wrong, I feel like that's something that we also should create a sense of awareness in for our Black community, because I too kind of shared that. You know what I mean? Like with my mom being going to work or doing whatever she has to do to provide food on our plate, while we're here at home or maybe outside doing whatever we doing as kids. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of hard being settled and comfortable when my mom's not at home with me.
Yeah.
So it makes you kind of on pins and needles, and you thinking about her, and you calling and you checking in on her and stuff like that. So I can really relate to that. And then I can also think of a time back in my past where actually my aunt, she came up missing for a minute, and she was actually held hostage in her own home.
Oh,
And
wow.
later on, we found out that she was being abused and things of that sort by individual that she allowed into her home, and tried to help him
Being
off of his
courteous.
feet,
Yeah.
trying to be courteous. Yeah,
Yeah,
'cause
yo, that stuff, bro. That all this stuff that we talking about,
man,
bro,
it's real. It's real.
happens at an alarm rate, and until you get a moment of reflection, you don't realize like how much this is a concern for our community, our women, our girls, and I know you see that as a dad, like the vitalness uh as to why we need to pay attention and who can be resources for that.
No, for sure. Raising a daughter for myself is a scary thing, because you're looking at all the different things that's coming to attack her, before she even knows what's coming her way. And it's kind of hard to prep her, get her prepared before she is actually able to understand why she's being prepped to get it prepared. You know what I'm saying? But as a dad, it is our duty to do so. And I very much am stern about that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Making sure that she is about all 5 P's. You know what I'm saying? Proper preparation prevents poor performance.
Right.
So we all about that.
Right.
So I make sure I get her prepped for everything, especially when it comes down to know the strangers, things of that sort.
Yeah.
Pay attention to who comes to pick you up.
Yeah, man. No squares.
No nos. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Things of that sort. No touches here. Things like that. Those things are big to go over with your children,
Yeah.
not just your daughters, your sons as well.
Yeah.
I am a boy dad as well, so
yes.
I am big on both of them as far as with making sure that they understand these different things.
Yeah.
You
What's
know,
safe, what's not safe, who's safe, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But as
man.
far as with, when you speak on different organizations, things of that sort, that may be able to assist in different local areas around the Midwest, with abductions, things of that sort. Some of those places I believe that can help in those kind of areas, things of that sort, is going to be the Melanin and Mental Health, connects individuals with culturally competent clini- cl- I'm sorry, clinicians.
Clin- clin- clinicians. Clinics. Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna say that. So those places that can help out in those areas around the Midwest, things of that sort, are going to be the Melanin and Mental Health, connects individuals with culturally competent clinician, clinicians, clinics, and resources. Okay. And that's for Black and Latino communities.
Yeah, shout out to the
So
clinicians.
it's going to help out there. And then we also have Beam, which is Black Emotional and Mental Health Collective. So that's a national organization providing resources, healing spaces, and training with reach into all regions, including the Midwest. So that's global.
Shout out to them.
Yeah. And we also got the good old Amber Alert, like you just mentioned too.
Yeah, oh man.
Is there
Don't
any
be
other
ignoring the Amber
resources you
Alert.
can kind of think of?
Don't be ignoring the Amber Alert. You know what I'm
Yeah, I
saying? Pay
mean the
attention to
Amber
Amber
Alert has
Alert when it
always
pull up,
been good.
man.
I remember getting the Amber Alert in school. Now that shit used to piss me off, but it used to be scary too, though. You in school and you getting the Amber Alert about kids missing. I don't want to be the next one.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's real.
Yeah, but shout out to all those organizations, man. Shout out to from the bottom up foundation. That's one that's in Kansas City and Detroit. Uh, shout out to Missouri for the Missing Person Support Center. But just shout out to them in general because they're tackling something that a lot of times I think gets glossed over.
Yeah.
When it comes to the impact and how it rolls out with us
I
as
feel like when
people.
it's dealing with women, it gets glossed over in general.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like our ladies don't get enough attention or recognition as far as with like what they go through.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not trying to say like, oh, this is something that we should be praising. Hell no. But I'm just saying it's something that we should be aware of.
Mm-hmm.
And we should probably reach out to some of those victims, give them some encouragement, things of that sort, to hopefully help them, words of encouragement to hopefully help them get back on their feet.
Yeah,
And,
man. I don't know if they still
it's
doing
not
this.
easy.
Yeah, I don't know if they still doing this. But the people that used to be back on the back of the milk cartons, like any information that can help save a young girl's, a young woman's life, don't ignore those things because I've seen some videos where they've ran even fake pranks and just society act like they didn't see anything or it's not their place to say anything. That was not how we operated as black people ever. Like my era when I was a kid, everybody said something to you when it came to whether it was on
Grandmamas,
safety,
aunties, the neighbors,
you know what I'm saying?
everybody.
So like I grew up on that type of time and I still operate on that type of time. So when it comes to like our kids or our women, no, you say something, you do something. I don't, you know what I'm saying? If you clearly see it is a detriment and that woman or that young girl is going to look to you because who else do they got to look for?
Yeah, what you claiming
You know what I'm
blocks and
saying?
all this other stuff for if you're not gonna really protect the community and
Yeah.
things that's going on. And that's what we got to get back to as far as with protecting our community, protecting our women. Because if that was what we were still solely focused on, we wouldn't even have the bullshit.
Yeah.
So I feel you, bro,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm really with that too. You know what I'm saying? So
I
yeah,
agree. Yeah.
so I think that's something that is very important that we talking
Mm-hmm.
about here today, and I'm glad that we was able to bring the awareness out. At least even if you are aware, we
Mm-hmm.
here to talk to you and talk with you about it as well,
Yeah.
because we do care too. So and then for those of you that aren't aware,
Mm-hmm.
you are aware now.
Yeah.
So it's your chance, and it's your turn to also do what you can do to create that awareness and keep it going on, so we can really get back to give back.
Mm-hmm. No, that AD pretty much said it in a nutshell. Um, Thank you to all the people who do watch. Thank you to all the subscribers. Thank you to everybody who shares, likes, who have been supporting us, new and old. And thank you to all our women supporters, all the females that share some of their stories and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
man, we appreciate it.
Nah, man, we appreciate y'all. We love y'all. We want y'all to be safe.
Like, comment, share, subscribe. Man, tap in with the Midwest